Antoinette from smartneedle. Welcome to my channel. Today I am so happy to introduce you to one of my favorite Halloween collections, Witchy Whimsy Contour. This collection featured 3 absolutely adorable witches, including the sweet little young witch, all created using our beautiful contour technique. I love this technique because the special stitching placements create a wonderful dimensional, almost 3D effect while keeping the design quick to stitch. And just look at the beautiful hair details. The contour stitching creates such a gorgeous texture and dimension in their hair, giving each witch her own personality and making these designs truly unique. The contour witch designs are included separately, so you can use them to create your own projects. Add them to tote bags, table toppers, mug rugs, wall hanging, pillows, quilts, and so much more. You can let your creativity take over and make each project completely your own. And there's even more. I'm also including the In the Hoop quilt applique file to create this adorable Halloween bucket. All the bucket panels are stitched completely in the hoop, and once the panels are finished, you simply assemble them to create the bucket. And look at these beautiful leather details. They add such a special touch and give the bucket a unique finished look that really make this project stand out. With beautiful Halloween colors, charming witchy details, gorgeous dimensional hair, and so many creative possibilities, I think you're going to have so much fun with this collection. So let's get started and take a look at the Witchy Whimsy Contour. Okay, let's get started. I just want to let you know that all my embroidery designs can be done on a single needle embroidery machine or a multi-needle embroidery machine. And remember, the contour witches come by themselves, so you can use them in any project you like. So we're going in this video to build the bucket. Open one of the first panels and then run the first spot color over the stabilizer. And then cover the guideline with 3 pieces of cotton batting. And then keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the cotton batting to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim the cotton batting all around it. After the cotton batting has been trimmed, we're going to cover the whole area with the pattern fabric of your choice. And then keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project. Then the next spool color will do the first applique guideline as the video shows. Okay, let's prepare our applique fabric. Because we're doing blanket applique, I highly recommend to use heat and bond on our applique fabric. Just get your heat and bond and iron it to the back of the fabric. And then you can iron the back and the front to make sure the heat and bond adhere to the fabric really well. Before covering the applique guideline with your heat and bond fabric, don't forget to remove the paper backing, as the video shows. Now keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the heat and bond fabric to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim the fabric all around it. Then keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will start doing the quilting pattern as the video shows. Now the following spool colors will begin stitching the witch contour design, one color at a time. As the stitches build, you'll start to see that beautiful 3D effects come to life. The special contour stitching creates wonderful textures and dimensions, making the witches look so cute, vibrant, and full of personality. You'll be amazed at how beautiful the details come together. After the contour witch is all done, the next spool color will stitch the blanket applique all around the heat and bond applique fabric. Okay, our first panel is almost done. How quickly! Now we're going to cover the whole embroidery area with a piece of fabric of your choice. That will be the lining of your bucket. Just make sure that piece of fabric, the wrong side of that fabric is facing you. Now keep running your machine for the last spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach all the fabrics together as the video shows. Now it is time to unhook our project, and then we're going to remove all the stabilizer, and then we're going to cut all around the stitch line, leaving about 1/4 inch seam allowance. Where the opening is, leave that fabric a little longer so we can tuck it inside later on. Now is the time to turn your panel inside out. Just make sure you shape the corners really well. That's really important. Once you have it all turned out, make sure you iron the front and back so the heat and bond fabric can adhere all those fabrics together. Your first panel is now completely finished, and since I wanted to make the bucket extra special, I stitched one witch on each panel, creating 3 different panels featuring our adorable witches. Once they are all complete, they come together beautifully, and I think they look absolutely adorable. Okay, now we're going to do another hooping. That will be the base of the bucket. Open the embroidery file, hoop 1 layer of tearaway stabilizer, and run the first spool color over the stabilizer. And then we're going to cover that stitch line with 3 pieces of cotton batting. Then keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the cotton batting to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim the cotton batting all around it. Then you're going to cover the whole cotton batting area with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice, and then run your machine one more time to do the tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project. Then the next spool color will do the appliqué guideline as the video shows. All these hoopings are done the same way. Now we're going to prepare our appliqué fabric like we did before. Just iron the heat and bond on the back of the fabric, and then make sure you iron the other side as well so the heat and bond can adhere to the fabric really well. Now we're going to cover the whole appliqué guideline with our heat and bond appliqué fabric. Just remember to remove the paper backing before laying it down. Now the following spool color will do the tack down stitch to attach the heat and bond fabric to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim all around it. Then the next spool color will do the quilt pattern as the video shows. The next spool color will do the blanket appliqué stitch all around the edge of our heat and bond appliqué fabric. Okay, our bucket base is almost done. That was pretty quickly as well. Now you're gonna cover the whole embroidery area with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Just make sure the wrong side of the fabric is facing you. Then keep running your machine for the last spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project. Now we're going to unhook our project, and we're going to cut all around the tack down line, leaving about 1/4 inch seam allowance. Where the opening is, leave that fabric a little longer so we can tuck it inside once we turn the whole project inside out. Now it is time to turn our project inside out. Just make sure you shape the circle really well. Then iron front and back to make sure the heat and bond fabric adhere to the whole project really well. Also, you can start tucking in the fabric at the opening as the video shows. Okay, this is our last hooping, which will be the bucket handle. All these hoopings are really quickly because they are all construction lines. And between the base and the handle, each of those hoopings lasts 6 minutes. So you can really finish them all really quick. Now open the handle file and then hoop 1 layer of tearaway stabilizer, and then run the first spool color over the stabilizer. Then cover the whole guideline with 1 layer of cotton batting. Run your machine again to do the tack down stitch to attach the cotton batting to the project. After the cotton batting has tack down has been done, we're going to trim all around it. Then cover the whole cotton batting with a piece of cotton fabric of your choice. In my case, I put 3 fabrics together to match the panels I already did. And then keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project. And then the next spool color will do the applique guideline as the video shows. Now we're going to cover the whole applique guideline with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice, or in my case, I'm using a faux leather as the video shows. Now keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the leather to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim the leather or around it. Then the next spool color will do the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of our leather fabric. Now we're going to cover the whole embroidery area with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice, and then make sure the wrong side of the fabric is facing you. Then keep running your machine for the last spool color. It will do a tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project as the video shows. Now it is time to unhook our project, and then we're going to cut all around the tack down line, leaving about 1/4 inch seam allowance. And where the opening is, we're going to leave that fabric a little longer so we can tuck it in once we turn our handle inside out. Okay, now we're going to turn our handle inside out and then shape it really well and then iron both sides. Just make sure if you are using faux leather, do not iron the leather because it will stick to your iron. Okay, here we have all our pieces together and ready to be assembled. Now let's attach the 3 panels together, following the step shown in this video. You can sew the straight stitch lines by hand or with your sewing machine, whichever method you prefer. The most important thing is to take your time and align the panels carefully, making sure all of the edges and seams match up nicely for a beautiful clean finish. As you can see, our 3 panels are now stitched together and looking wonderful. Now let's join the 2 ends of the panels together to form the cylinder shape of our bucket, just as I'm showing you in the video. Take your time to align the edges carefully before stitching. Once the ends are joined, you'll see our bucket really starting to take shape. Make sure you cut all the seams really carefully to reduce bulk. Now it is time to turn all the panels inside out as the video shows. Now take your bucket base and place it inside the cylinder we just created. The base will fit snugly inside the bucket, which is exactly what we want because it helps the bucket keep its beautiful shape and give it a nice sturdy finish. Take your time and you position it, making sure everything aligns properly, just as I'm showing you in the video. Now it is time to add the handle. Position it however you like. You can make it shorter or longer, depending on the look you prefer. Once you have the handle, position it exactly where you want it. Use sewing clips to hold it securely in place. Next, we are going to stitch 2 straight stitch lines to attach the ends of the handles to the edge of the bucket. I'm using my sewing machine for this step, but you can also stitch it by hand if you prefer. Make sure the handle is centered and securely attached, and you'll have a beautiful sturdy handle that completes our bucket perfectly. Now it is time to sew the bucket base to the panels. I did this step by hand, but if you would like to do it with your sewing machine, you can do so. By hand, I did it really quickly. It took me like 6 minutes or so. Look at our bucket. It is so cute. And now we have reached one of my favorite parts, adding the finished details. Remember, the little details are what made a project truly special. I found these adorable little spiders and bad plastic buttons, and I added them to the panels to give our bucket even more personality and make it extra cute. I also added leather tassel to the side of the handle. I have explained how to make these simple leather tassels in several of my other videos, and they are very easy to make. Just attach them to the base of each handle side and they'll add such a beautiful finished touch. And of course, I couldn't resist adding a few of my handmade leather tags to complete the look. All the materials I use throughout all my videos can be found at my Amazon storefront, and I have included the link in this video description if you like to find the same similar supplies. These little touches really bring our Whimsy bucket to life. Look at this beautiful bucket. It is absolutely amazing, and I think it's so different from anything else out there. The combination of the quilted panels, adorable witches dimensional contour details, and a beautiful leather accent give it such a unique and special look. And the best part is how versatile it is. You can use it as a trick-or-treat bucket, Halloween decor, a kitchen container for goodies, or even as a beautiful handmade gift. You can also personalize it however you like to make it truly your own. I absolutely love all the little details because they give this project that wonderful handmade feeling that we all love. It is thick, puffy, substantial, beautifully crafted, and has that special quality you simply don't get from something mass produced. This is definitely a project you'll be proud to make, display, and share. Now it is time for our Witchy Whimsy sweepstake giveaway. I am giving away a wonderful collection of goodies so one lucky winner can create their own Witchy Whimsy Halloween bucket. Here's what I'm giving away. 4 beautiful Halloween fat quarters from MODA, gorgeous high quality fabrics, a package of cute smart needle sewing charms to add those extra special handmade details, a large piece of faux leather so you'll have plenty to create all beautiful leather details for your bucket, cute little plastic bat and spiders buttons to add even more Halloween personality to your project. Here's how to enter. Entering is super easy. Simply leave a comment below in this video and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you have notifications turned on so you'll know when the winner is announced because it might be you. No purchase is necessary to enter. The sweepstake entry period ends on August 28. The winner will be selected randomly from our eligible entries and announced on the Smart Needle YouTube channel after the giveaway ends. This giveaway is not sponsored, endorsed, administered by, or associated with YouTube in any way. Good luck everyone, and thank you so much for participating. I absolutely love how these adorable witches and the beautiful quilted bucket turns out. With the dimensional contour details, gorgeous colors, and unique leather accent, this project is truly special. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the Smart Needle channel and allow me to keep creating and bringing you wonderful new ideas and projects for all of your sewing and embroidery adventures. Thank you so much for watching, supporting Smart Needle, and being part of our sewing family. Happy stitching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.